The outer rim of the galaxy was dark and dangerous. Trade routes twisted between asteroid fields, radiation belts, and rogue planets. It was the perfect hunting ground for the Varkun, a ruthless band of alien pirates who had grown bold and confident over decades of preying on unsuspecting ships. Their flagship, the Crimson Fang, was a terrifying sight, sharp edges of black steel glinting against the starlight. Engines roaring with raw power, Captain Rakal, a six-armed reptilian with eyes like molten gold, paced the bridge. His claws tapped impatiently against the control panels as he stared at the blip on the holographic display. "There," he hissed. A small cargo vessel coming from the Deathworld of Korath Prime. No escorts, no weapons listed. Easy prey. His first mate, a wiry, four-eyed alien named Grell, tilted his head. "Captain, you really think a Deathworld ship will be unarmed?" Rakal's tail swished with irritation. "All records show nothing. Their ships are simple, primitive. They haul minerals and bioproducts, nothing more. This will be an easy score. I want it boarded." The Varkun laughed, a chorus of hisses and clicks echoing through the bridge. Confidence was a luxury they could afford. Until now. On the Korath Prime cargo ship, the human crew went about their routine quietly. The Endurance was small, modest, and outwardly defenseless. Captain Elena Drake moved through the narrow corridors, checking systems and ensuring the crew remained alert. Her first officer, Raj Patel, looked over her shoulder at the scanners. "Captain, we're being tailed." Long-range sensors show a larger vessel closing in fast. Identification marks suggest pirates. Elena frowned, her hand resting lightly on the console. Pirates. Let them come. We'll see who underestimates whom. The crew worked calmly, though a spark of tension ran through the air. Everyone knew the reputation of the Varkun. Large, strong, and vicious, they left few survivors. But humans had a way of turning situations around. Elena believed in their ingenuity more than raw firepower. The Crimson Fang matched speed with the human vessel and signaled it to stop. The message was clear. Surrender your cargo and you may live. Elena responded simply. Cargo is registered. We are unarmed. Please proceed carefully. Peaceful transfer advised. Rakal's multiple eyes narrowed. Unarmed, pathetic. Grell, prepare boarding crews. Bring them in. The Varkun boarded with confidence, their claws gripping weapons designed to tear through conventional hulls and armor. The human crew waited silently, almost motionless. As the pirates entered, the first shock came swiftly. The human ship seemed to come alive. Panels slid open, releasing a swarm of small drones that zipped toward the invaders. The drones were not lethal, at least not in a conventional sense. They immobilized limbs, jammed sensors, and created disorienting electric pulses. The Varkun struggled, surprised by the speed and precision. "What is this?" Rakal roared, slashing with his energy blade only to find it stopped mid-air by a magnetic field. Elena moved calmly along the corridor, pressing buttons that opened hidden compartments. From these, automated turrets rose silently, powered not by brute force but by clever physics. They used redirected energy pulses, pressure fields, and even gravity distortions to disrupt the pirates' movements. The Varkun were strong and aggressive, but they had never faced a ship that used the environment as a weapon. Every corner, every hallway, every panel seemed rigged to surprise them. Grell barked orders, trying to coordinate his crew, but the humans anticipated each move. They had mapped every corridor, every blind spot. When the pirates tried to surround the humans, the crew redirected energy to create shifting obstacles, trapping the aliens in temporary cages of force. Rakal growled in frustration. "This cannot be, they are..." Thinking ahead, Elena's voice echoed calmly over the shipwide intercom. "Welcome to the Endurance, Captain Rakal. You'll find our ship is fully equipped." "Fully equipped?" Rakal hissed. "I see nothing." "You have no listed weapons." "That's because we don't list them," Elena said. "You never know which tactic will work until it's too late." The Varkun were forced back. Some tried to escape, only to be caught by small but precise drones that disabled their ship's engines and communications. Others advanced, but every attack was countered by clever human traps. Corridors that became mazes of shifting walls, artificial gravity fields that pinned invaders to ceilings, and laser pulses designed to disable, not kill, forcing the aliens into helpless positions. Even when the Varkun used brute strength, the humans' improvisation outmatched them. One pirate attempted to hurl a large cargo container at the humans. Elena activated a magnetic pulse, causing the container to hover harmlessly above the pirate instead, and then gently drop it behind them. The alien fell backward in surprise, his pride more wounded than his body. Hours passed, but the battle was not a chaotic fight. It was a display of strategy. The humans used every tool, every angle, every environmental factor to create the illusion of being far stronger than they appeared. The pirates' confidence began to crack. Rakal barked, "Fall back! We are unprepared!" But the humans did not chase. Elena knew their ship could escape at any moment. But their goal was not destruction. It was survival and deterrence. The message was clear: never underestimate a human crew. Finally, the Varkun retreated, limping away in disarray. The Endurance moved calmly, sensors tracking the pirates' faltering retreat. Elena exhaled, leaning against the console. They'll think twice before underestimating humans again. Raj, still catching his breath, smiled. I think we just made a lot of new legends about our species. Elena looked at the stars, calm and determined. Let them talk. Let them fear. They'll never know the half of it. As the human crew continued their journey, the legend of their ship grew. Tales of the Deathworld humans and their invisible weapons spread quietly through pirate networks. Alien mercenaries whispered about the precision, the ingenuity, and the sheer unpredictability of human tactics. On the Crimson Fang, Captain Rakal muttered to himself, eyes narrowed with frustration. So this is why Deathworld ships never list their weapons. They don't need to. Humans are not like us. They think differently, and that is terrifying. And with that, the Outer Rim grew just a little bit more cautious, as a small human crew aboard a simple cargo ship proved that intelligence, strategy, and courage could outmatch raw power any day. Alien pirates discovered why Deathworld ships don't list their weapons. Part 2: The Varkan pirates were in chaos. Captain Rakal's pride had been shattered by a human crew aboard a modest cargo ship. The Crimson Fang limped back to a hidden asteroid base, its hull scratched, shields unstable, and crew morale at rock bottom. Captain, Grell hissed, wringing his clawed hands. We cannot attack them again the same way. They think too fast. Their ship, it is alive with tricks. Rakal's 6 eyes glinted with a mix of rage and grudging respect. Then we do not fight them with force. We fight them with cunning. Prepare a new plan. We will strike when they least expect it. Meanwhile, on the Endurance, Captain Elena Drake and her crew were unaware of the pirates' frantic plotting. They had delivered their cargo safely to a distant station and were enjoying a brief moment of peace. But Elena's instincts told her danger was never far behind. Raj Patel leaned over a console. Sensors show unusual readings near the outer asteroid belt. Could be debris or trouble. Elena's fingers hovered over the controls. Keep it under observation. Humans are survivors, Raj, and if trouble comes, we'll be ready. She didn't know yet that the trouble she sensed was the very same pirates plotting vengeance. The Varkun had learned from their first encounter. They modified their ships, created decoys, and set traps in the asteroid field, hoping to lure the humans into an ambush. This time their numbers were larger, and their strategy relied on surprise. On the day of the ambush, the human ship entered the asteroid belt, sensors picking up multiple blips, false readings, decoys, and hidden mines. Elena studied them carefully. They're expecting us, she said, her voice calm. But expecting us does not mean they can beat us. Raj frowned. How do you know? Elena smiled slightly. Because we think differently. We see possibilities they don't. Every move they plan, we can predict 3 steps ahead. The pirates struck first. The asteroid field erupted with energy blasts as the Varkan tried to herd the Endurance into a trap. Huge plasma cannons fired, rocks exploded, and smaller ships darted between debris. The humans navigated with ease, using a combination of gravity adjustments, evasive maneuvers, and careful timing. The pirates assumed they had cornered the humans, but every attack was countered in unexpected ways. The humans released holographic decoys, creating confusion among the Varkan ships. Hidden turrets fired precise energy pulses to disable engines, not destroy ships, keeping the battle controlled and surgical. Grell shouted orders as ships collided. Shields collapsed and pirates' pride fractured further. They are anticipating every move. How is this possible? Elena's voice came over the intercom calmly. Because humans don't just react. We think, we adapt. We survive. In one daring move, Elena sent a small drone deep into the asteroid field. It created a magnetic field that slowly pulled smaller Varkun ships off course, causing them to crash into asteroids. The pirates panicked, realizing that sheer strength would not win this battle. Rakal's tail lashed in frustration. "Stop them! No human can outsmart us. Focus fire!" But the humans had already anticipated his rage. They released more adaptive drones, controlled from hidden compartments, each using the environment as a weapon. Gravity shifts, magnetic pulses, and energy nets disabled weapons, trapped ships, and slowed the pirates' advance. Every action by the humans was calculated, precise, and efficient. There were no wasted moves, no reckless aggression. The Varkun, powerful as they were, found themselves outmatched not by firepower, but by strategy and ingenuity. Then came the turning point. Elena initiated the Endurance's most daring tactic, the asteroid maze. She manipulated the ship's thrusters to subtly alter the gravity around a dense asteroid cluster. The result was a shifting labyrinth of rocks and debris, impossible to navigate without inside knowledge. The pirate ships, unfamiliar with such tactics, became trapped. Some crashed, others floated helplessly, while the humans used drones and precision energy pulses to disable engines. Rakal roared, feeling the first true fear of his life. "Impossible. Humans are not supposed to be this clever." Elena activated the ship's final surprise. Hidden along the corridors of the Endurance were automated mini-turrets, small but highly efficient, each targeting the pirate ship's weak points. Energy pulses disabled shields, jammed communications, and neutralized weapons. The Varkun, the galaxy's most feared pirates, were now helpless in the hands of a single human crew. Finally, after hours of clever tactics and precise maneuvers, the pirate fleet was reduced to scattered remnants. The remaining ships retreated, battered, humiliated, and full of fear. Captain Rakal, his pride destroyed, swore vengeance, but for now he had no choice but to flee. Elena watched them escape. "Let them leave," she said quietly. "They'll live to tell the story, and think twice before attacking humans again." Raj shook his head, still amazed. "I don't think anyone will believe what just happened. We beat them without firing a single full-power blast." Elena smiled faintly. "Humans never fight like others expect. That's our strength. Intelligence, adaptability, and courage are weapons in themselves." Word of the encounter spread through the galaxy. Alien merchants, bounty hunters, and pirate networks began whispering about the Deathworld humans, the crew that defeated the feared Varkan pirates with cunning and clever tricks. The humans' reputation grew not because of brute force, but because of their ingenuity. At the pirates' hidden base, Rakal gathered his surviving crew. "Never again," he hissed. "Humans are not like other species. They think, they adapt, they survive, and that makes them dangerous in ways we cannot understand." Grell nodded grimly. "Do you think they could defeat an entire fleet?" Rakal's eyes narrowed. "If they were prepared, yes. Never underestimate a human. We have learned the hard way." Back on the Endurance, Elena and her crew prepared to continue their journey. They repaired minor damage, refueled, and shared a quiet meal. Though the battle was over, the lessons were clear. Humans did not rely on strength alone. They used strategy, creativity, and courage to overcome odds that seemed impossible. Elena looked out at the stars. "We are small, we are few, but we are clever. That is what makes humans." "Extraordinary," Raj grinned. "Do you think they'll try again?" Elena shrugged. "Perhaps. But next time we'll be ready. And they'll learn. Again." The Endurance slipped quietly into the void of space, a small but unstoppable force. Legends of the Deathworld humans grew with every light year they traveled, a reminder that the galaxy should never underestimate what a human could do. And somewhere, far in the outer rim, the Varkan pirates whispered the lesson that would haunt them for years. Never underestimate humans. They don't list their weapons, because they don't need to.